Alright, correction. I forgot two things. One is actually my Uncle Kevin's, who is married to my Aunt Ricky, which is my mom's sister. He's the one that actually kind of got me into it. He bought my first one ever, which is a 22 caliber rifle. He has this one right here. This is actually a, Ruger Mark II. It's 22 caliber. There's 10 rounds to a magazine. Again, always check. Empty magazine. Empty chamber. Alright, squeeze that back in there. Anyway, this is actually a pretty fun gun. It's against 22 caliber, so it's the recoil's not heavy. It's pretty easy to shoot. The sight picture's excellent. I mean, Zach's shot this one before. He's actually probably got a video of himself holding it sideways, like a little wannabe gangster guy shooting it. But it's a great gun. They're still, I see, is going for still $200 or $300. And they're kind of notorious for not being too easy to take down. But again, it's a well worth investment, and if you want to shoot a round that's going to help you learn shooting practices in the future, this is the one to start with. And actually, these are pretty like your standard first pistol you should probably use is something in 22 caliber. And if you want to start with 22, start with the Ruger Mark II. But excellent guns, and I'm just holding this for him because I don't know if you can see this, but right there was no screw in the grip as opposed to right there. So I'm waiting for a local company to order it for me. I'll show you a local shop, and they're going to call me and I'm going to go pick it up. Okay, so the other one I have too in the deadly weapons section of my little video is knives. And I know they kind of go hand in hand, guns and knives, and I know it seems like I've kind of fallen to the whole redneck, weapon fanatic, but it's fun, and I do my best to stay responsible with it, and I don't go out and buy new guns or anything every day. It's a very big once in a while thing, and I do derive a lot of joy from it. So it's almost like a hobby. Anyway, first knife right here. This is a SOG Fusion fixation Bowie knife. These are actually pretty cheap. This one's about $30. Excuse me. And it's a pretty nice knife. Now, again, the sheath is nylon. It's not like a hard Kydex kind of a plastic type. So the sheath is probably one of the reasons why the knife is actually so cheap, because the sheath that comes with it is just cheap nylon. Now, there's a belt loop that you can throw your belt through, and I've thrown it on a belt many times before. But the coolest part, and here's a little thing to keep a sharpener, but I don't have a sharpener that fits in there. But when you take this thing out, there it is right there. And there's the SOG Fusion right there. Bam, right there. And you know what? For about $30, it's a really good value. And this is actually my favorite one right now. I'm actually looking at getting a K-Bar, which is like a military fighting knife, but it's also doubled as a utility knife, so I can justify getting that one. If I get to use it for utility purposes, then I can have it. This was kind of oh look, it's a cool big knife, and it got some pretty decent reviews for its price range, so I'll buy it. Oh, sorry if the video seems laggy. Sometimes when people sign in on the messenger or something, the picture will kind of stop a bit.
I probably should get a different webcam besides this one, but we'll find out and see how that goes. Anyway, SOG Fusion right here. This next knife, actually, Aunt Ricky and Uncle Kevin gave me this knife for my 18th birthday. It's a Schrade. Now the thing about Schrades is that these knives used to be made here in the United States. Well, lately they've outsourced the manufacturing like everything else this country has now. And now they're made in China. But the cool thing is leather sheath, or yeah, let's call it sheath. Pop that thing open. Here's the knife right here. It's a folder. It locks down like that, so you just go like that. And this one's kind of personalized because right here, I don't think you can see it. I'm not totally sure. It doesn't look like you can. But right here is my name. And then on the other side, right here, says Happy 18th, 2004. So this is something I'm going to hold on to, obviously. And we got Schrade USA on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that too well. But again,
It's a great knife. It served me well. I actually just recently found it again, or Alex did, at my mom's garage. So that was excellent that she found this, and I love this knife. It's great. If you can still find trades that are made in the United States, it's worth picking up. The next one is also a classic knife as well. It's a Buck. Buck makes a great solid state hunting knife as well, or fixed blade, I should say. Can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but it's a great one. Buck's been making knives for a while. And again, these Bucks, this model used to come with leather sheaths, I believe, but when I bought this, it obviously came with a nylon one. And I bought this one because I thought I lost my Schrade that Aunt Ricky and Uncle Kev got me, but it's back. So now I have two knives, and you're going to notice that this one actually looks pretty similar to the Schrade. And again, you just unlock it like that. This is more of those utility knives. I guess people can use them to probably, if they were out hunting, to like field dress small game, things like that. Maybe rabbits. I don't know who'd hunt a squirrel, but just small things like that. Again, it's a Buck 110. That's the model. Right down here it says USA, so of course it's made here in the States. I don't know if Buck has outsourced their stuff. Actually, this one I got at Walmart for I think about $30-something. So if you are interested in any of these knives, you can get these Bucks. It's a 110, Model 110. Great knives. They've been going on forever. People who use them, I mean, there's like my grandparents, probably their grandparents probably used them. I mean, a Buck model. I'm not totally sure if it was the 110, but they're good knives. They're really good knives. So that's the extent of my Ryan Has Morphin into somewhat of a redneck segment. And I don't know, it's just I've been noticing different changes too with the things I've been watching on TV and stuff like that. I'm into a lot of, I guess, British stuff now. Doctor Who, if any of you guys have watched Doctor Who, is an excellent show. Probably one of the best sci-fi shows I've ever seen. I'm obsessed with it. Even my girlfriend watched an episode or two of it a night on Netflix over Xbox Live. Just great. Coupling's it's a few years old. Coupling is like the British version of Friends, but it's actually funny. And the writing's actually really good, and the acting's really good. And a lot of the women are actually, no, I'm saying, all of the main character women, really good looking. So, you should do that one. Watch Coupling. Spaced. Spaced is interesting because Spaced was one of those very first things that Simon Pegg, who you probably know from Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. Oh, and by the way, Simon Pegg's on a Doctor Who episode, I think from the first newer seasons. Now they used to have Doctor Who back in the 50s and 60s, 70s, and I think into the 80s too. And then they stopped for like 10 or 15 years or something, and then they restarted it again. So on the new series, the new first series, I think Simon Pegg's actually in an episode of that, one of those. Anyway, Simon Pegg, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz. Him and I can't remember the lady's name, and I should know it, but they wrote this whole, actually it was 2 seasons. And it was a comedy about these two people who only knew each other for a few weeks, and they moved into an apartment together, and it's really good. And like I said, they both write the episodes. If you look at the director, Edgar Wright, actually is the same director who directed Simon Pegg in Shaun of the Dead, and I believe he also directed Hot Fuzz too. So these are people that have known each other for a while, and they're pretty comfortable with each other. So it's good stuff. Let's see. Peep Show. You've got to check out Peep Show if you want a show that's almost completely uncensored in anything and every aspect of the word. Watch Peep Show. It's hilarious. They're in I think it just got done with season 6. They're probably going to come to season 7 soon. Hopefully. Now, these aren't things you're going to find on cable TV. You have to have like satellite, like BBC America or something like that. But it's a good show if you can find it on YouTube, if you can torrent it or something, that's fine. And then, of course, there's Top Gear. Now, Top Gear, again, out of Britain. It's a car show primarily, but they do cool challenges like try to make